Okay, so gonna make a start on the winter owl. It's a fairly easy pattern. I think we should be able to do it fairly rapidly, depending on how you want to do it. I'm just gonna, obviously I've put my parchment paper over my pattern. You probably can't see the pattern very well because it doesn't show up that well. I've tried to, with the patterns, I've just tried to put some coloured lines on to help you line everything up so that you should be able to more easily work out where things overlap, because I do put quite big overlaps on everything because of different paper sizes around the world. I mean, we use A4 over here in the UK, and you can see that the lines start to line up. I know it's letter size in the US, and it kind of just makes things a little bit tricky sending out the digital patterns. So I've put the lines on just to make it that a little bit easier. A lot of the time when you print out, you will have a slight indent in the pattern, and you're best just to cut off that line through there to line them up a little bit easier. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So winter owl, let me just find it on my old iPad for you so we can see what it looks like. Get some idea of colours. Okay, so here he is. What I'm going to start with today is, I thought we'd just start with this bit in here. So I'm just going to do my usual drawing round. So I've gone upright again. I'm not sure with the camera. Perhaps you can let me know which is better, seeing it upright like this or face down. The only trouble with face down is I forget I forget the camera's there, and then my hands go out of shot. Whereas if it's like this, I think it's less likely. Sorry, you're going to get a lot of little muffled sounds behind because of the puppies feeding. And you might get the occasional scream when they get lost in the welcome box. But I can assure you that no puppies have been harmed in the making of this video. Right, so same as usual, I'm just drawing around it, my pattern, and I'm going to cut it right out because I'm going to use multiple fabrics within this one piece. I really shouldn't be using these scissors on the parchment paper. But as per usual, I'm showing you what not to do rather than what to do. And I don't know what is it about scissors? I mean, I find myself forever buying pairs of scissors. I can never find them. Where do they go to? Is there some sort of secret room where scissors disappear to? And let's just not get on to the stapler, because I still haven't found the stapler. Right, okay, so that is basically that pattern in there. The only trouble is I've got to tape it up so that you can see it upright. And the only tape I find that works on parchment paper is this big fat gaffer type stuff. Sellotape just doesn't work. So I'm just gonna see, even this doesn't want to stick. but once I get some fabric on there, I'll overlap it and it will stick. So it's this piece here, so I need to find a middle ground between the two values of sandy brown. So I did find a few bits and bobs. Let's see what we've got. That's pretty good. That works okay. That's okay. Yeah, I think we go away with that, especially on the orangey. Maybe not avoid these greeny bits, but the orangey bits, I think they're all quite cool. That's probably enough. It's just got to add this and see if this works. I've got a slightly more yellowy. No. And let's have a look at this. No. And this. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, no, maybe not. That works quite well. Okay, so those are going to be my fabrics. I've already lost my bit of paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece out straight away to stick on, and then that will stick. See, I've got a piece of fabric that have been well used. And you know how much I love using these kind of grungy bits that have got funny little shapes on. I love it. So as soon as we put this first, let's just get rid of that. As soon as we put this first bit on, it will. I just need to think about the fact that the feathers will be coming down slightly diagonally across. So that's going to work well there, I think. So hopefully when we stick this on, well, probably not just yet because there's not enough on overlapping. Well, just about. And I just willy-nilly cut pieces. This has got a slight line running through it, so I'm just going to make sure my line is running downwards rather than horizontally. But at a slight diagonal that's going to look like the feathers. Let's come off of there, this is not going to stick, so we'll just wait for the next bit. Make sure I go over the top of this one. So here we go, this colour. And I'm just going to flip these up and slot that in under there. This is a slightly thicker piece of fabric, so I'm going to lift and slot under the other thinner pieces. Your pieces can be as big or as little as you want. This is a slightly simpler pattern. I quite like the idea of going a little bit smaller, more complicated with my fabric sizes. So oops, dropped it. There we go. I'm going to do this sort of piecing together of various fabrics on all of the darker, browner feathering areas, as long as I can find enough fabric. Because, like I said, it's a fairly simple pattern, so I'm going to use that. Yes. So you can make it a little bit more challenging if you want to by doing it like this, or you could just cut it out of one piece of fabric, one colour piece of fabric. That's absolutely fine. I just want to see if I can just flick this under. Just enough to get it right in there. Oh, had it then, lost it. There you go. I can always get to this stage and suddenly think, I did turn the camera on, didn't I? But all right, I did. Okay, just a little bit to pop in here. So we're just completely overlapping that shape that I cut out, because we can then go back and recut the shape out to the perfect. And it's quite nice because it will give you nice, really nice sharp edges as well when you recut it. Just remember to put my hands up. Okay, nearly there. I can't do that because look, it's the same colour. So I'll find something else. What else have we used? So I'll put a bit of this in, right next to that colour. got quite a nice little feathery type shape to it, so it's perfect. I'm trying to lift it. And just a couple of bits there. What else we got? Bit in the middle there. So I just want a really thin bit just to pop in here. So and you just build up really interesting tones and everything within your feathers when you do it like this. So I'm going to spread right across both of those. I might just get away with that. No, because that's going to go the wrong way. I don't like that. So put it across there. But I want it to go under this piece because I don't really like that piece. Get as much of that in as I can. And there's a couple more bits to go. See, I've tried to give it a slightly diagonal look to it, so looks like the bits are going across. Just going to lift it a little bit so I can see what I've got to fill in. So I've got a little bit there. So I'll just put a bit of this in. Take it off and see. So I've just got a little bit, I don't know if you can actually see it, but just a couple of bits that need covering there. This might actually go over both of those bits. No, it hasn't. It's not actually stuck on very well either. It's because I haven't taken the paper off the back. So competent. Okay, let's try that again. All fingers and thumbs today. Okay, so that's fine. So I'm just going to turn it round and cut back round, shape that I've already cut round. It's nice and easy to follow because it's already cut out once. Okay, that's cut out. So hopefully when we put this on, it should be exactly the right shape. Okay. I want it to stick. And there we go. So we got our first bit. Let's take it up a bit closer. Excuse the jolting. If I can find it. Without any shadow. There you go. So, we'll stop there and come back for another day.